Hey, what's going on, guys? Cage here again. This time we're doing day 6. Overall, not a bad day. I actually only had one death in this whole day, and it was actually the test of valor. So if I was skipping the test of valor, it would have been a clean run. Uh, so this first area here, the snowfield, really serves no purpose. And if I was using the full ninja suit outfit for Momiji, it'd be even a nightmare to even play it. And I'm using the hidden black flower outfit, which is opposite of the color, so it's like yin and yang. And it's still not even easy to see at all. I mean, the concept was cool. I mean, if only they actually thought of it more better. But you're gonna be ambushed here with I think it's 3 berets, and I'm gonna get lucky with the second 2. This is accidental, and hopefully that works out for you guys too. This next fight down here, when you slide down the hill in NG3, the original one, it was actually a pretty tough fight, and this stupid douchebag comes in out of nowhere. My recommendation here is actually wait for Steel and Bone and just chain it, because it's really not worth it. And that first guy, I actually shot him. If you shoot the noobs right in the head, they instantly die. It doesn't matter with anything. Because after you kill a few of these guys, you're gonna get the guys on the bikes, and so I'm gonna try to knock these guys out ASAP. That would've been sweet if it worked, and I'll probably end up doing that maybe in another video or something. I'm not sure. Just shoot these guys here. Gotta love when the AI is very aggressive like that. It's always nice. Like when everything goes the way you want it to, as in you do the grabs and stuff. Alright, so and this day is actually rather short in chapter challenge when you compare it to the normal campaign, because you skip a lot of there's no cutscenes, there's no nothing. I mean, it's anything that's anything that was in day 6, the original one, is cut out. That's not needed. So like cutscenes or specific areas, like at the end with the airship scene where you go after you kill Fiend Ryu, all that's cut off. So a lot of the day is actually cut off, but I mean, I guess in a good way. This area here is pretty tough. It's a small area, so you can get hit real quick. My recommendation for the brutes, try to do a 360 triangle or Y, but don't hold it. Because after that you can just dodge and repeat it again. Those snakes, you can loop them by 1 square, pause and repeat, or X, or 2 squares, repeat. The 3, it works, but it's not as fluid because sometimes they can cut it off and dodge you. Right, so I think that ends it. Yep. So climb the wall. Like I usually do it. I heal up every time. You know, after if my health is low, I heal up. You can just bypass these if you want some free points. I believe you can do a few just UTs. You'll get a few points out of them, but I mean, if you're gonna do the test of valor, it's almost 100% guaranteed you're gonna get an S rank. because you get an extra 50,000. Look at that damage for a stupid bug. I seriously don't agree with that damage. I should have actually released that. Because if I released it early, I would have got the steel and bone. Okay, and that wraps this part up. I think after you shoot the second second nest, and if you stay here, I think there's another fight, but I wasn't really interested in fighting it, so I just said, whatever, screw it, let me climb the wall and continue. Because I really don't like this day either. And the funny thing is, you only fight Fiend Ryu at the end, who I named the clown because that's what he looks like, his face. The normal clone you do not fight for some odd reason, and honestly, I'm actually grateful you don't fight him because I actually think the normal clone is harder than the Fiend, which is usually not right. I kind of find it awkward, but that's really how I feel. Alright, this fight, you want to run to, I think, close to the stairs, and then hop back and charge ET. I think you should be able to get it up level 3. Yeah. Now this area is pretty tight, so 360 triangle Y is your best friend here. And there's that new move in action. You see how it looks like when you finish the second triangle or Y? It looks like you broke their back or something. Which is great because that stuns them enough for you to recover and keep doing more combos and stuff. Now here I was waiting for Steel and Bone. Now, I personally don't like using her Nimpo, like, you know, like to heal up or whatever. I'd rather heal up after the fight, but if I really need to, I'll just use it during the fight, but one ninja left and I get a UT, so that makes no sense. I should have got that halfway through the fight. Anyway, heal up here, and that's really it. The Test of Valor took me to, I got it on the second try. It's not a hard Test of Valor. I believe the last wave is probably the hardest wave. Now here, this is like Steel and Bone heaven. Don't even bother fighting them because they're just very aggressive in terms of Steel and Bone. And you'll get your key maxed. I had less than half my bar, and it's pretty much almost maxed. Now, if you're ever in a situation where it's unsafe, like how I got away from the lasers, do a flying swallow because it's completely safe. I was surprised I didn't get a chance, I didn't get grabbed by that Steel and Bone that I blocked. I don't know how. Now see there, I thought the beam was actually gonna come sooner, so that's why I didn't shuriken cancel, but in that case I should have shuriken canceled, because if I did, I would have been able to escape that. Now you see the rapid bullfire in action. Alright, so instead of wasting the save point here, I'm gonna heal up and just skip it. Do this mini regents fight, which isn't pretty. And afterwards I'll go back and save, so this way I'll have a full health bar afterwards, after the fight. So I haven't really, I don't think I show this here, but I do on day 7, which is obviously 2 days away from this one. the best. I'm not sure if I'll say the best, but the safest way would be to do a wind path towards them and then jump back to where you were. So not that type of wind path. So it's kind of like a boomerang wind path. And you come back, you do a UT charge. They're gonna dash towards you because when you do a charge, that ball takes so much. It's usually set on a timer, and if you do like a 360 and then hold it, they usually spam it like idiots. Let's see here. So what I tend to do, wind path, running square square. It's obviously not going to be shown really well here because there's 3 of these idiots. Okay, so I mean UTs work really well. Let's see. I mean, the moment you can get at least one of them dead, when you get one of them dead, it becomes much less stressful because 3 against 1 is not fair odds. Okay, this guy should be dead. So it's like, okay, so now it's 1-on-1. Usually this works, but he's obviously at times he will be in the asshole and dodge. So the combo is running square square, triangle, square square, X square. So on Xbox running YYX. Running XYXXAX. That's the maximum damage you can get on them. Alright, so moving along now. Idiot gets stupid fucko gets glitched. These guys also, another thing to note about them, they're very aggressive, as you can, not aggressive, I would probably say evasive. Evasive is probably the better term. But you know they're always going to come at you and there's always going to attack, so you should probably have a counter attack ready. And I think I do counter them a little later after this fight right here. Yeah, the next fight is not pretty LL. It's pretty messy, and a lot of bullshit happens. I get suicide grab, which I don't agree with because I did flick the stick to dodge, and the game didn't do what I wanted it to do. So I obviously paid the price for no reason. It makes no sense. And be in mind, this is still the level 0 health bar from when I started the game, so health is not really as high as it is when you have a level 5. Now the problem here is too many enemies, way too many. And when I say too many, I'm pretty much talking about the fuckos because there's just way too many of them. See, that was a fail. That's the bullshit I was talking about. For starters, it targeted the wrong enemy. It glitched the wrong enemy. And what that did is it OT'd to Van Gelf, who was full health, which made no sense. And then I got suicide grab without me being able to do anything, which is always nice. Here I'm just waiting on Steel and Bone. Because there's no point of fighting him, because you could just finish him off easily that way. be careful of him because he does glitch sometimes, so yeah, be careful. Alright, this next fight isn't really too bad. The Alchemist, yeah. We've already been through these UTs, or the double tap, triangle, or Y, and the shuriken hold, and the shuriken cancel. That's really it. Nothing we haven't seen before, so just rinse repeat what you've been doing. 360 triangle, hold, shuriken cancel works well also, or Y. Yeah, I do get both of these as Steel and Bone, which is nice. Do note, obviously, it's common sense that you are not going to be able to chain into another alchemist unless you break their armor off. Yeah, I got really lucky with that Steel and Bone, but it was good. Yeah, so just keep chaining them. Use the Shadow Fiends as bait, and use them as a source to do the Steel and Bone. It just makes life so much easier. Slide into them too. You're gonna see where I messed up on, not this fight, the next Reaper. He screws me over because I did this wrong. Never just come up to him and hold like that, because it's gonna screw you over. After this attack here, this is probably the safest time when you can actually do the hold. He'll always do a grab, always. But don't do the same thing I did where I messed up. Luckily there's a save point here so I can heal up, and the good news is I believe I start the Test of Valor with a full Nimbo, or if not, close to full health also. Alright, so all these areas are pretty, narrow, so you want to use either UTs or 360. Why do there always have to be stupid dogs? Seriously. They're so annoying. It's not even funny. Yeah, anytime you see that opportunity for a Steel and Bone like that, don't waste it. Take it. Okay, so moving along nicely here. I think I get lucky here with a Steel and Bone. Yeah, I do. Which is nice, and I think I chain all four, which is great. And their Steel and Bone works a lot differently than all the other enemies. It has a really specific or precise timing you have to hit. Unlike the other ones where it's really easy. Now I don't understand how those dogs died with one slide triangle hold. Usually takes like I think 2. But anyway, here we are, the Test of Valor. Like I said earlier, I did die once, so you can see a little transition right here. And I always say this, like every Test of Valor, I always start off with a UT. Because the enemies have to make their way to you, giving you enough time to do so. Let's see what else. The boss for this one is Elizabeth, who everyone knows and hates. She's a luck-based boss at times, so, or mostly, for the most part, she is. I mean, I'll just leave it at that. Now usually the berets, if they do that long combo, they guard break you at the end. Almost always they usually go for a steel and bone. Okay, so now I cut this guy off. I was thinking about finishing him off, but then I was like, there's 4 enemies here. And I can use him as a source and chain 4 of them. Get my Nimpo full, get more health. This stupid idiot. I hate these guys. I'm gonna use him also. Oh, what I was trying to do there is wind path off of their back and then use that as a source so I can do the UT, but I ended up being a flying swallow, so oh well. Alright, so here I noticed there's one guy left, and I need to have enough time to charge a UT for the next wave, so I just healed up here. There's only one guy, he's not gonna really hit me. And I figured I'll just wait for a steel and bone since, you know, why not extra, and I'm not gonna get grabbed. Now you want to start over here, charge up a UT, and you want to start over here, you want to charge up the UT, and obviously it always loads whenever it should. I don't really know what to say here. It's just play keep away, charge a UT, rinse, repeat over and over again. Stupid wave. Any wave that has these idiots, these brutes, or these snakes, I cannot stand. I just hate it. And to top it off, the camera isn't really the greatest here. No, that was a failed on landing, and I'm not sure if I would have been able to pull off the timing for a UT. If I timed it right, I might have. Also always want to pay attention to these brutes. Anytime they cut an arm off, they're very dangerous with that roll. It's so stupid how overpowered that roll is. I even did an iframes move, which should not get you grabbed, and they grabbed me right through it. Now with our, I did it with Ayani on day 3, I believe. I did a 360 triangle. Or Y. Oh, it's too short on range here. And he grabbed me right through it. Oh, I got really lucky there. And it's kind of funny. The last wave is actually the hardest wave, and I literally went right into that. The last wave is the hardest wave. It's not actually, the enemy assortment is not hard. It's mainly like, you'll see, it's Shadow Fiends and Ninja Mages, which can end really quickly if you don't watch your surroundings real quick. Now your priority is obviously to take out you want to take out the mages for the mages first. Now I did find 100% Dylan combo against the mages, and that is running triangle, triangle, and then you can hold it. The second triangle, well, this one right here, will always delim them, and then the hold leads into a steel and bone. Steel and bone, an OT. Steel and bone comes up, always take it, always. Don't even think twice. Also do remember you are Momiji, you have a double jump, and you can use the UT in the air. Very useful because you won't have to land See, that's the move. That's the move I'm telling you about with the running. Alright, so there's, I think, two left now. You don't want to try to lose much health here because, I mean, if you made it here with this much health like I have, you should be pretty good to go. Because the boss is next, and she isn't really hard. It's just a matter of, I actually kind of got lucky with this fight, and I hope you guys have the same luck if you're actually gonna do it this way. She's actually, look, you see her up there. She's actually higher than she's supposed to be, like in the air. Now, there is a way to loop her, but I'm still not good at it at all. Some of the better players who can fight the bosses better, I'm not really known to be a really good boss. I mean, I'm decent. I'm not too bad fighting bosses, but I'm not anywhere near as good as some of the other players in terms of like bosses. But in terms of like enemies, that's really majority of what I like to fight. Just like in Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2, I was pretty much the enemy mastermind. I knew how to fight every enemy with every weapon, what combo to use. It was pretty much just say second nature for me for that. Here, I mean, this game is pretty simple as far as like enemies, like how to fight each enemy. It's really nothing hard because the enemies are like super aggressive. But anyway, let me get back to this boss because this boss does die real quickly as Momiji, since you are a strong fighter. The dashes you can block and they do not do chip damage like they did in Sigma 2 and Gaiden 2. What I do is after she dashes, you want to do like a side dash or something like that, and delay the jump to the last frame, the second jump, and then hit the square X. But if you're close, like, she's gonna try for a grab right there. Goodness, she's good. I was freaked out right there. I was like, I thought she'd get me. And two things, you can, since she's not as quick at times, you can also use it as break time to heal up. And you also need to be paying attention because she does do that teleport move and smash right on you. And because I knew it was coming, if you're at a certain distance, I was ready, and the flying swallow is very good to keep, to play keep away. Now, I would not do this double jump in the square X, only if she does the portal or she does the two tail smacks. But be careful, at times she does do, after she'll dodge it and then she'll do the slam, so just be aware. That's really it for Elizabeth. It's pretty much patience and practice like every other boss. And I hope that helped you. Now we're narrowing down to the end of the video. Just this right here, and then around the corner, and then Fiend Ryu. Fiend Ryu is rather simple. It's actually, I probably said it earlier, he's actually easier to fight than the clone, because he's actually more designed better in terms of like, in terms of balance, because like the Fiend Ryu or the clown, I'm gonna call him clown, so that's pretty much what he's gonna be called. He has, after he does specific combos, he has when you can launch him. Now the human clone, he also has that, but at the same time, sometimes he'll launch, sometimes he'll not. So it's like a luck game fighting him. Now the combo I use for the clown is after the weak points, I would do square, triangle, square, square, X, square. Does really good damage. If he has the scythe re-equipped, afterwards you can try to repeat. There's times where I've almost juggled him completely to death, looped him. It's like a luck-based loop, so, and you'll see it when he does the ultimate technique for the scythe. Right when he does it, you see him charge, just slide to him and do a wind run. A wind run is the homing jump, so you jump right over him and do an on-landing charge, and then it'll link up to him. So you're going to see this in action right here. Pretty easy fight, nothing to it. This is the combo. Sometimes if he has a sword, do not repeat it. If after you come down, he does a spinning spinning circle attack, like here. That's how I told you to dodge. That's how you dodge the scythe. I probably would not launch after that. I usually try to launch. Like, see, he was supposed to do a UT charge there with the sword, but he canceled it. The scythe is the easiest one to damage him. See, I can loop him 2 times now. So it's just a matter of getting used to it. It's really. If he does and obviously not gonna do it here. If he does the void, just go right to him, double jump, and then square. But anyway, this video is coming to a close, and I hope you guys found this day enjoyable, somewhat. And this boss is defeated. This is Cage, and I will see you in day 6 Ayane. Good luck. If you have any questions, let me know. Peace out, guys.